What you can see on my slide is a human brain, or better, a left and right hemisphere from two different brains. Look at the one on the right-hand side. Do you think it does its job as efficiently as the left hemisphere? The answer, as you can imagine, is no, because on the right-hand side you can see a part of the brain severely affected by Alzheimer's disease. Not only does this cause structural damage, but it also impairs function and causes, for example, memory loss. But isn't there something we can do about it? A form of treatment, some magical cure? Well, sadly, we haven't found one yet. But what if I told you that we can actually influence some factors which could delay the onset of Alzheimer's disease? These factors include, among others, learning and practicing of another language. And this is where my PhD comes into play. In my research, I'm studying the transfer of information from one hemisphere to the other. This is an important process as each hemisphere is specialized in different cognitive tasks. For example, speaking a language in the left hemisphere and recognition of faces in the right hemisphere. But to be able to make one decision, both hemispheres have to communicate with each other. The part of the brain where this communication happens, the corpus callosum, is a C-shaped structure which acts in a similar way to a bridge between the hemispheres. Research has shown that this part of the brain is larger in bilinguals than it is in monolinguals. However, we don't know yet what this could mean in terms of cognition and if the difference in size actually has an impact on our behavior. In my research, I aim to answer the question whether interhemispheric communication differs between monolinguals and bilinguals, for example in speed, and if it does, how these differences develop in the aging brain. As we get older, the corpus callosum decreases in size in older monolinguals, and therefore less communication between the hemispheres is possible. But would older bilinguals show more resistance against this cognitive decline? In other words, does bilingualism protect our brains against age-related deterioration? Current research and the first results of my PhD give hope to believe so. Maybe by learning another language, or two or three for that matter, and using them regularly during our whole life, we can build a healthier bridge between our hemispheres and keep our brains resilient against diseases like Alzheimer's.